Denver police are looking for the person accused of shooting and killing a driver on I-70 near the Quebec exit late Sunday night. A warning, the video we're going to show you does show shots being fired. Somebody who was out there posted it on Reddit. It happened on westbound I-70. You can see the pickup truck on the right of your screen weaving in and out of traffic. Then, if you look really close, you can see some gunshots coming out of that truck. The truck went on to crash into a semi and other cars on the side of the road. Police say that's when the driver ran off after the crash. They also say that silver Dodge truck that the driver was in was stolen. Police say Kevin Piakowski was killed. He was in an Subaru Outback. If you know anything about the driver or the shooting, call Crime Stoppers. You don't have to give your name.
It's been more than a week since a man died as Englewood police shot into a house. The city's mayor still will not talk about the case. Police say a 29-year-old man inside the house shot at them, but the department won't say who shot and killed the other person in the home. Mayor Othoniel Sierra agreed to an interview before the city council meeting, but he responded to every question in nearly the same way. He says he could not directly give us any answers because of a gag order, but a First Amendment attorney says this gag order does not apply to the mayor, only to the attorneys and members of criminal law enforcement, like sheriffs and cops. Even so, Mayor Sierra says Englewood City Attorney is advising him not to talk.
Do you know the gag order does not apply to you or your opinions?
Again, right now that we want to stick to facts, so with the gag order currently in place, I like to limit information until that whole investigation has concluded.
Do you feel the police department has been transparent in the information they have given about this case?
Again, currently with the active investigation and the gag order in place, I'm limiting the amount of information I'm able to provide.
Do you know if Englewood police shot a person they did not intend to shoot that day?
Again, you know, the events of July 23rd, it's something that we're very saddened about. So my heart does go out to the family, it goes out to the neighbors as well as the police officers involved.
This event also took place on July 24th, not the 23rd. The mayor says he plans to provide more on this case once the gag order is lifted and the investigation has concluded.
Denver police say that they believe the body they found in a lake Monday morning is a missing girl with autism. DPD first got the call about the 11-year-old girl around 5:30 yesterday morning near 44th and North Pecos. Officers started a search and sent a reverse 911 alert to people in the area. About 2 hours later, a body was found in Rocky Mountain Lake, which is more than a mile away. DPD says that they believe the body belongs to the child. The medical examiner still needs to confirm the person's identity and what led to their death.
Other news now, California's governor has declared a state of emergency to speed up efforts to combat monkeypox outbreaks there. It makes California the second state in 3 days to take that step. Nearly 800 cases have been reported in the state. Governor Gavin Newsom says his declaration will help California coordinate government-wide response. The threat of potential monkeypox infection can pose varies by extent by states. That is according to a recent analysis from the Kaiser Family Foundation. 97% of the allocated vaccine has been requested by different jurisdictions, but some areas are getting noticeably more than others. 10 states have requested 50% or less of their share. Researchers say some states just have few or no cases of monkeypox and may not need as much vaccination right now. The findings of the study are based on data from all 50 states and 5 major cities.
A number of cruise lines are dropping the requirement of a pre-cruise COVID test for vaccinated guests on shorter trips. Soon, Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean, and MSC Cruises will no longer require pre-cruise testing for vaccinated guests on trips of 5 nights or less. Virgin Voyages, Azamara, and Margaritaville at Sea are dropping required pre-trip testing as well. The changes come after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention ended its COVID-19 program for cruise ships last month. In its latest guidance, the CDC said cruise lines should consider mandating COVID tests for travelers close to departure.
As many businesses drop restrictions, millions of Americans are suffering from what's called long COVID. Many are also out of work because of ongoing symptoms like fatigue, cognitive dysfunction, heart palpitations, depression, insomnia, and headaches. So the Biden administration has taken steps to protect workers by issuing guidance that makes it clear that long COVID can be a disability and relevant laws would apply. So under the Americans with Disabilities Act, employers are required to provide accommodations to workers with disabilities unless doing so presents an undue burden. Now, accommodations could include flexibility on where someone works, extended leave, or a new role.
This morning, we have a little better understanding of how COVID-19 impacted higher education. The bottom line, fewer kids are going to college. Every year, the Colorado Department of Higher Education puts out a report. It focuses on how high school seniors transition into college. This year, it focuses on one of the most challenging years in recent memory, the class of 2020. Of the high school graduating class of that year, only 50.5% of those students went to an institution of higher education after they graduated high school. And only around half the graduating seniors in 2020 in Colorado went to college the following semester. That is down 6% compared to the previous year.
This absolutely is showing how COVID has had a negative impact on higher education, in all of education, really.
Yeah, low-income students were disproportionately impacted, seeing higher drops in college enrollment than those who are a little wealthier. Students in small rural areas saw the biggest drop. Many students say the gap years, they'll take a gap year and then return to school a year or two after high school. The Department of Higher Education says they are not seeing that happen, though, at the same rate they did before the pandemic.
Colorado's second largest school district, Jefferson County, is closing schools due to falling enrollment. Next door, in Colorado's third largest district, Douglas County, they may open and close schools in the coming years. Dougco School Superintendent Aaron Kane told us the district should consider building new neighborhood schools in booming parts of the county. That would require eventually getting voter approval for a bond measure. The district's polling shows fewer than 4 in 10 Dougco residents supports increased funding for schools right now. Dougco faces a different challenge in Highlands Ranch, where enrollment is declining. Kane says she's launching a 5-year review process to determine which schools in Highlands Ranch may need to close in the future.
It's really tempting to avoid hard decisions because they're hard. But avoiding this because it's hard is not a good idea. It'll be harder if we're having to react after the fact.
You can see the full unedited conversation with Kane discussing political divisions on the school board, vouchers, and the idea of arming teachers on the next YouTube channel.
And one thing you want to know about the weather is the stats that we have today. Going for a high of 96 degrees. 90 is normal for this time of year, but that 96 still 7 degrees away from the record set back in 2008. And the record low, 50 from 1891.